What do you guys think the biggest mistake Corvette made with the E-Ray? We're going to talk about it in this video, but I got to give you guys a cold start. This car just got here to Jerry Seiner Chevrolet in Salt Lake City. It is available for sale. Here it is. I think this has to be the most underrated sports car of our time. I think that GM could have done a few things better, and we're going to discuss it in this video. Now, let's go ahead and check out the window sticker because I want to show you guys pricing on this car, and then I'm going to show you around it because, yeah, this is a really nice spec. And red is really starting to grow on me, little by little. At the very top is the description. So this is a convertible 3LZ torch red. And then here is a partial listing of the standard equipment. Be sure to pause to see more. Now base price comes in at $124,850, and here are all the options. So it has that front lift, which you have to get on these types of cars. They sit really low. It also has the carbon flash painted trimming for the convertible top. Is that Nassels? Is that how you say that word? Edge red painted brake calipers, stealth interior package, has the performance package, which gives you the high performance tires basically, black exhaust tips, black lug nuts, and this does have the all-weather floor liners with the Jake logo, carbon flash outside mirror caps, dark stealth cross flags, and then battery protection. Destination comes in at $1,695 with a total price of $134,560. So for a 3LZ convertible, that is one of the reasons why I wish I would have really taken this car more seriously. Even though I'm not a big fan of the convertible, only because you can't see the engine and it's a little bit heavier. It's like 100 pounds heavier compared to the coupe. I just think that for this price point, this is truly the way to go. I mean, this car has a faster 0 to 60 time, and it has that wide body. Like, this car is very underrated. When this has the wide body stance on it, it's a game changer. They don't need a Grand Sport either, by the way. I don't know why people are so crazy about the Grand Sport. I know it carries that name, but you literally get all-wheel drive in a Corvette. Now, as you get a little bit closer, this has the front bumper of the Z06, and it's about 3 inches wider overall. And because it has the 3LZ, it does have those front cameras on the front end. You guys saw that this was an upgrade, blacking out these flags, and there is a button about right here that will pop your frunk. You have to wait for that beep there, and boom, you have great storage on the front end of the car. You have a cargo net. This is where you're going to plug into for your battery trickler, and you do have some lighting under here too. And now, you don't have to slam this close. It will actually catch it. You push down on it a little bit. There is an option to get carbon fiber, although I think I would skip a lot of the carbon fiber. The only reason why I have it on my car is because the carbon flash was on constraint. So I would have never had all the carbon fiber for the aero kit on my car had it not been for that. But check out the side view. So this is why the E-Ray is one of the most underrated cars. See, with this one you get carbon ceramic brakes standard. Check them out. And I know they're the same size, but these look bigger than the ones on the Z06, but it could just be in my head. They look bigger though. 2-piece rotors, and this is going to be a 20-inch wheel. Michelin tires. These were an upgrade, so look at how sticky these tires are. Everything sticks to them, and look how wide they are too. 275, 30, 20. I wish I can show you the suspension, but it's really tucked in there. Let's see if it's a little bit better on this side. Nope. We have independent front suspension, coilover setup. And yeah, as I said, this car truly is underrated. I think one of the biggest mistakes GM made was not allowing every dealership to have a test car. I mean, I know that would be expensive, but they could always allow them to sell the car. But they should have been able to keep the car for like 60 days, call people out to actually come look at the car, because if you saw it in person, it's a game changer. These wheels even look better in person. I didn't like these wheels online, but now that I see them in person, they look pretty sick. They're forged, and you guys see that edge red caliper paint. More carbon flash arrow on the side here, including the mirrors. And what are you guys' thoughts on the roof? See, I'm a big fan of the coupe. This doesn't look bad with the black, I think, are these the nacelles? Is that how you say that word? I don't know how to say that word, honestly. But yeah, those are painted. That's an option right there. The glass does go down so you can hear the engine, which is nice too. It has defrost on that glass. It says Corvette. But the only thing is you can't see the engine. That's the only negative for me. Also, there is a camera right there. They do black this out. Your Stingray badge. And check out that rear. That rear is super wide. You have the black exhaust tips. Yeah, this is my favorite spec. I think in red, this car is sick. And it does still have those 345 tires out back. These are the Pilot Sport 4S's. And yeah, 345, 25, 21-inch wheel out back. Large brake calipers. These are 4 pistons, 6 pistons on the front, and then this is going to be your parking brake. Can I be a little picky? It would be nice if they actually painted that red to match the caliper, especially since this is an upgrade. It would cost you nothing, GM, just to go ahead and paint those. But you have the black lug nuts, and then look how wide those rear tires are. Now this is my first time actually playing with a convertible. So let's see how all this works. So this opens up here. Okay, so that's all you have. Okay. And that's another thing too, when you have the coupe, you can see the engine every time you open the rear. So always gives you a reason to open this back. But no, this ain't bad either. This ain't bad at all. And that does pull in. You guys see here how they bolt this in. So how are we going to do this top? I want to show you guys the top here. So real quickly, we're going to just quickly look at the interior. So you have that stealth package which blacks out your speaker grill, the trimming here, out back right there. Also, see, I always get these seats mixed up. So I have the competition seats. These are the GT2 seats. I just get them mixed up because I always look at this area here. But yes, with the GT2 seats, these are more comfortable for day-to-day driving. They do give you some upgrades with these too. Like you can tighten up the bowstring, and these seats really do hug you as well. Carbon fiber up there on those seats. Carbon fiber on the steering wheel. You can get more carbon fiber for the interior. You can open that front and the rear. Seat memories. And it's easier to get into these seats too because the bowstring on the sides is not as tall. So that's another good advantage. But I still like my competition seats. I would get them every single time. This car does have a stealth mode too. So if you want to start it and just have it quiet, you do have that option, which is really nice. That's what I like about this car. You have so many things that are first. Now the battery system on this car is like in the center here. And when that's actually really interesting because, you know, this is still a sports car, so not putting all the weight in the rear was actually smart on GM's part. But if you slip this over to sport mode, that does increase the sound of that exhaust. They give you animations here on the screen. The front lift is right there. Also, your camera system is going to show up on this screen too. 8-inch display, heated and ventilated seats. This is why I skipped the 1LZ. You don't get heated and ventilated seats. You don't get this HomeLink system. This 4K camera is a part of this package. And you don't get the suede on the roof. And you know, hey, if you look at both cars, like if you go and look at the 2LZ, that doesn't have the suede either, and then come look at this car, it makes a big difference. I did a video on that, kind of showing the differences between 2LZ and 3LZ. But yeah, let's go ahead and let's figure out how we're gonna do this top here. So here's a question: can you lower the top and have the car off? Let's see. So the buttons are on the side here. Actually, it looks like you can. So hopefully you guys will be able to see what's happening on my other camera. Oh yeah. Okay, so the convertible is kind of cool. It's very cool. That is awesome. I like the idea of the convertible, but you still can't see the engine. So we're driving the E-Ray, and you know, I gotta tell you guys, I almost pooped myself just now because these carbon ceramic brakes, they're cold, and this car will not stop when these things are cold. Like I learned something very, very new today. Carbon ceramic brakes are dangerous if you don't know how to use these things. Again, yeah, I almost had to buy this car today is what I'm basically trying to say. But man, this car is so smooth. You know, hopefully they get a used one in. I'm not gonna really drive this car hard, obviously. Yeah, the brakes, oh my gosh. There's no brakes until you heat these things up. I've always known that, but you know, it was not in my mind to think because it's 57 degrees today. And yeah, it just didn't register. But yeah, this car feels so smooth. Having the convertible top is worth it, guys. You know, if you're willing to overlook the overall styling aspect of it, I'm not willing to. I still won't get the convertible. It's just too expensive for me. So I'm willing to just take the coupe because you can still remove the top and it works just fine for me. But the sound, oh man, that, you know, the flat plane crank versus the cross plane crank, it's all in what you're looking for. Some people love this American muscle sound. I am definitely one of those guys that prefer that flat plane crank. I mean, this sounds amazing. Oh man, it sounds so good. Hold on, one more time. Oh wow, just the sheer downshift and just that when it shifts, it just sounds so pure. And if you don't want this sound, I mean, you can run this on all electric. So if you need to, you know, run out, sneak out the house, go get your wife some flowers after buying a sports car, I mean, you can just put this in electric mode. She'll never know you left. Like, man, where'd you get these from? Oh yeah, had them delivered. But yeah, this car is amazing. The only thing I'll say is, if you're buying an E-Ray, it's cold outside. These brakes, oh wow, they are, man, there's no braking. And that is very dangerous. These brakes are huge. Now, if you don't know, I mean, this car has a combined 655 horsepower with the electric assist, and there's an electric motor on the front end, so it's not mechanical, it's electrical. You know, even though I love my Z06, I would still get pleasure driving this car. And you know, honestly, it's more in my price range to get it in the convertible too. But yeah, this car, the spec, the red with the black is really done nicely. Like, I really am happy I saw this car. Torch red is probably one of the most unassuming colors on like a Z06 or the E-Ray with that wide body stance. It's a game changer. Like, this car and what you get in a Corvette, this is the best Corvette of all time. I know the purists are going to disagree, but there has never been a time where you can look at a Corvette and think it's a McLaren. There's never a time where you could have the sound that you get out of that Z06. There's never been a time where you've had a hybrid assistant where you can drive this car in the snow and not worry about getting stuck. Now, having these wide tires is a problem, but yeah, this car it's definitely one of the best. Absolutely one of the best. Oh, that's not on. This does have a 4K camera. Oh, you know why? It's probably not on because the top's down. That's why. So that doesn't work. So I learned something new there. But let's go ahead and check out the numbers on the door so you guys can see what the weight is on this car. Gross vehicle weight is going to be 4,547 pounds. So that's the max weight this car can be going down the road. And they give you the cargo carrying capacity at 423. Every Corvette has that number. So on the curb, this car shows about 4,124 pounds. The Z06 weighs about 3,800 pounds in coupe form. So it's going to be about 3,900 pounds for convertible because it's like 99 pounds heavier for the convertible top. And then Stingray's like 3,655 pounds, I believe. So all in all, this car is going to be the heaviest simply because of that electric assistance. But I did enjoy this car, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. If I can go back and do it all over again, I probably got an E-Ray. Only because of what I didn't know. See, I'll be honest with you guys. I'd never even looked at this car because I just didn't like the idea of a hybrid Corvette. But now that I see it, now that I've driven it, it's an amazing car. It has the standard carbon ceramic brakes, has all-wheel drive assistance. It still has that beautiful V8 sound, and it has that look too. But yeah, if you are in the market, this car is available for sale in convertible form, and it has a lot of nice features. So be sure to subscribe to the channel, make sure the notifications are on. If I have a chance, maybe I'll bring my Z06 here and compare it. See you guys in the next video.